Hello, my dear Libra. How are you? Welcome. I hope you are doing very, very well. Libra, let's see what your energies will be like right now so that you can use them to your advantage and be able to see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you. If not, disregard the message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, ascendant, moon, or Venus in the sign of Libra. All right. Libra, if you need a personal consultation with me, you can write to the email shown on the screen and I will send you all the information you need. You need a consultation for the sign of Libra at this moment. Libra, let's see. This starts with the Hierophant, the Star, the Seven of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and here we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You have the Five of Wands. All right, Libra. What do I see? Your reading has several components, right? Because I see growth, there's material stability, but what I'm also seeing is a great need to set boundaries, right? That also catches my attention a bit, you know? Like I feel that you've come from a time of learning. I don't know if you've gone through tests, you've gone through learned important lessons, right? And I feel like now you're at a moment where, well, it's time to reap the rewards, okay? Although I still feel like I have to defend things and also manage what I earn and those rewards with a lot of intelligence, okay? But let's start analyzing your reading with your underlying energy, right? And yes, this energy tells us about what? About competition. It can reveal tensions like differences of opinion with others or sometimes challenges. This could mean that there are people who are questioning your decisions. It can also indicate some kind of workplace competition. There could be a conflict of interest there, right? But I also feel like these are situations that sometimes force you to become stronger. So, from your reading, I feel like you're in a moment of growth, Libra. You're growing. Grow. But this growth you're experiencing in several areas of your life, whether it's financial, work related, professional, or personal, creates a lot of movement around you. Like, let's see, what life is telling you is that what you're building right now really matters. It matters. It's worth it. It's important. But I feel like you're going to have to hold your ground, like defend it. Let's go to the beginning of your reading, right? Because what we see here is a bit about learning, right? Especially spiritual learning, I feel, right? You start with an energy that's precisely about that search for meaning, right? That search for order. And we see you there, right? With this energy of learning, right? Of everything you've been, yes, learning, discovering, studying, right? These are solid values. The new beliefs, also the new ideology, the same applies to the new life philosophy. Or that they are also giving you important advice. There may be the presence of a teacher there. This is like a Libra who is acting with a lot of awareness. It's like they have a need to, let's do things the right way, step by step. Okay? Then an energy appears here. Of course, that has to do with your hope, inspired by you, right? And that faith in the future. It has a lot to do with this change in beliefs, with this change in mindset. So I feel that after some complicated times you've been through, here is a Libra who starts to believe again. Something is healing on a deep level. But pay attention, because here comes the warning. And sometimes this energy can be talking to us about people who are not very honest, people who are not very transparent. Information here may be incomplete. There may also be hidden strategies too. But in some cases, this may also be a need for you to act more intelligently. So it seems to me that what the energy is telling you a little bit is that maybe what it's telling you is that you should be a bit more strategic. And don't show all your cards right away. It's like, don't reveal your plans if you haven't manifested it yet, because there could be envy here. There could be, we talked about competition issues, right? Right? Or sometimes people who still project ideas. Psychic energy is coming in. Sometimes it's better not to show everything at once, not to tell or share all your plans or reveal everything you'll see. What you're going to do? Sorry? No, don't show your whole life on social media, right? Keep some things to yourself. Be discreet. That's why he suggests being strategic. So it seems to me that what the energy is saying, Libra, is that you're at a moment of regaining faith and confidence. But it is important that you act with caution and discernment regarding other people. People you might not know very well, or to situations around you. Okay? The topic is prudence. Now, if we go to your central energy, I feel like it's one of the most favorable energies in this whole reading, because you start with an energy of stability, right? Of abundance, of security. This is also like starting to connect with your ability to build something that lasts, right? It's an energy of prosperity at this moment. You have a central energy here, a yes energy, one of reconnecting maybe with other people, of friendships with friendships. This could be a very social time right now to celebrate, so that you also receive social support, to share a triumph, to share joy. So I feel that right now you're not alone, Libra. It's like, I feel that there are people too. We've talked about a group of people. That's why this is a very social reading. It's a reading that's also very connected to your environment. But we also talked about how there are people who are accompanying you in your process. Mm. Here, there's an energy related to help, right? With the exchange. It can also talk to us about an economic improvement or some kind of recognition that you receive. And I also feel that this could mean that you are receiving what you deserve, what is fair, right? So maybe what this energy is telling you is that you are at a very favorable time to receive support, to also improve your financial stability, and that you start to enjoy relationships and connections that are much more balanced and much more reciprocal. I mean, that's kind of the key, right? There's reciprocity in this connection. There's a fair exchange in this friendship. It's also a matter of selection, right? Of people, of environments, of friendships. I gave the example of social networks, right? Who do I give access to my life? What do I show? What do I post? Who do I share more private things with, more intimate things, right? So there's a bit of that energy that's starting to move. Now, what we see here at the end of your reading, I feel like this has to do with the great potential of this reading. Because you have here an energy where we see here a Libra who has to defend his position, right? It's like you're gaining ground, right? That's what I meant. Maybe in an area of your life, and you have to defend it. I mean, something you're starting to build or have built, you need to maintain it. Now, to me, there's a really lovely energy here, right? Which has to do exactly with achievement, personal achievement, independence, prosperity, and also the reward for the effort you've made or that you've been making. So maybe what this card is telling you is that you'll be able to start enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is very important. Open yourself up to enjoying it. Okay? Not everything is just work. And here I feel is the big lesson. Wrapping up this line and this reading, right? Because it's mental clarity. They're also the boundaries we've talked about in the reading, right? Rational decisions as well, and honesty. So I think Libra, what's being asked is also to combine sensitivity with objectivity a little. I mean, not every decision should be made with your heart. That's part of what this energy is saying, okay? So I think what the reading is telling you is that this independence and these achievements are going to become firmly established, right? When you learn to protect what you've built and also set clear boundaries. Above all, pay attention, especially with other people, right? You might not know them well. You don't know where they're from. You don't know their intentions, right? So it's about starting to set those boundaries, right? On a relationship level, right? Or maybe also getting to know people a little better. So in general, based on the cards you've drawn, I feel like you're at a moment where there are dreams that I feel are going to start coming true. You have good energies for financial stability. This may be a good time to reach agreements with others. Also, you might receive support, some kind of financial help, right? And material improvements are coming. That's important. But yes, the issue of defending your positions also looks very strong. Whether it's criticism towards someone, a disagreement, some competition, envy, or jealousy. Pay a bit of attention to that. Okay. I do see you with a lot of maturity, right? Like with ethics, with plenty of ethics and common sense, which is important, Libra. It's very important. I feel like you're entering Libra, a stage where you need to trust yourself more. Don't look for external validation to make a decision. Like, well, I'm going to ask this person to see if they approve or not. No, approve it yourself first. Okay? I feel like the overall sense I get is that you're regaining your personal power. It feels like a period of growth is coming, right? A period of prosperity, of development, right? Of expansion. It could also be for your life. What you're building has value right now. Defend it and take care of it. Mm. Let's see, Libra. I've really liked this reading. What do we have in the oracle? What will the message be for you? Yes. Let's see. Libra, you have the eagle. And what the eagle brings you is mastery. We've talked about masters before. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of the spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. And dear Libra, this is what we have seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day. And we'll see you here next time.